Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. It's been a busy morning, to say the least. By now, you're probably waking up and finding out that Tyron Smith has torn his hamstring and will be out for several months. I found that out about 6 a.m. and bringing you the news and possible solutions for the Dallas Cowboys. Sadly, the Dallas Cowboys are more reactive than proactive. This is something we have talked about in nauseum about Tyron Smith, because unfortunately, Tyron Smith has not been able to make it through a season since the 2015 season without getting injuries. Every year, though, we are always told that Tyron Smith has been in California. He's rehabbing his knee. He's rehabbing his back. He's in the best shape of his life. He's ready to go. And we always fall for it and think, yeah, this is going to be the year that everything's going to be hunky-dory and he is going to be back and he's going to play 16 games. But the reality is, unfortunately, Tyron Smith, playing one of the most physical positions in football, his body is breaking down on him. And last night in practice, going to the second level, going after Leighton Vander Esch, and turning upfield, his left hamstring gave way. I guess in some regards it's better that it's a hamstring than, say, an ACL. At least it's a 3-month injury situation, where as opposed to a year-long potentially with an ACL. But the Cowboys are now probably scrambling and up early as well, trying to figure out, will it be that we're just going to say the error for Tyler Smith to be the tackle starts now, or will we be looking outside? I've already put one video out of Eric Fisher where we've looked at the pros and the cons of signing him. I think that he may be the best option, but the reason why guys are out now and available are because there are some cons to why they're not on the field and signed on the team. The reality is, if you are a left tackle and can play good and there's not some baggage with you, you're on a team right now. So there are some names that are out there. Of course, like you said, we've done one video on Eric Fisher. We're going to do this one on Jason Peters. We'll do another one on Nate Soldier. We'll also look at some of the other possibilities like a Ty Nsekhe and so on. We'll look at the cost. What did they get paid last year? How did they do? How injured were they? And so on. Well, with Jason Peters has been a perennial Pro Bowl player and one of the best tackles in football. He is probably going to be a Hall of Fame tackle, and he is of the guild and of the mentality of a Tyron Smith. There's no disputing what Jason Peters has done in the past. Jason Peters, though, turned 40 years old this past January. His thoughts, and this is an article that I found from an interview on Sirius Radio. Peters, let's move back up here. Wow. Jason Peters, who in January turned 40, but is not done with football just yet. During a recent interview on Sirius Satellite NFL Radio, the veteran left tackle said he's still working out to try and stay in playing shape and waiting for that next opportunity. Peters said he understands that older players sign later in the offseason or early in the preseason, but does not have any idea of the type of team he'd like to play for. I'll just let my agent talk to those teams, and he'll hit me and let me know who's interested and who's not, Peters said via Pro Football Talk. Looking for an upcoming offensive line, good team, or a playoff team, either or is it good for me because I can pass my torch on to some young guys excuse me, who are trying to get better, or the younger guys, next generation. Or if I get on a team with some vets, they already know how I rock, we can just go into the playoffs and make a run and try and win another ring. But right now, either way is good for me because I can teach, or I can sit back and listen and learn from other veterans who have played the game too. So I'm good either way. Peter said at the time he had no time frame for the decision, but reiterated he wanted one more rung at it. The 6-time Pro Bowl, All-Pro, and 9-time Pro Bowler originally joined the Buffalo Bills as undrafted undrafted free agent out of Arkansas in 2004. In 5 seasons, Buffalo was traded to the Eagles and became a household name. finally winning the Super Bowl in 2018. So the first question you have to ask is, would Jason Peters play for the Cowboys? Well, in today's NFL, a check is a check. When we look at what Jason Peters was paid last year, he signed a one-year deal with the Bears for $1.75 million. So as far as money-wise, cha-ching, Catboy would probably love Jason Peters type of a contract. Is Jason Peters the player that he was? Probably not at 40, but is he better than Josh Ball or Matt Lewinsky, who is recovering from a shoulder injury? That remains to be seen. I think that possibly he could be. When we look at his statistics as far as health goes, 2018 played all 16 games. 2019 played 13. 2020, we'll remember with the Eagles, was kind of an injury plagued year. He was on and off the field. But last year with the Bears, ended up playing all 15 games. I do, and I hope that this doesn't get me hit by the NFL police, but here is a little taste of some plays with Jason Peters last year with the Bears. He still got a punch there. He doesn't move real fast, but if he's standing in front of you, he's going to be able to, hold you up. That's against the Super Bowl champion Rams right there. Look at that. Boom. Still, look at that. Still knocked my man on his ass. So, that's a possibility of somebody who's out there, 41 years of age. Maybe as we look at Tyron Smith right now and we say Tyron Smith is going to be out 3 months right now. We're about 17 days away from the season. That's a half a month. You take all of September, in October, and maybe middle of November. Maybe he buys you some time. Maybe he becomes part of the rotation for the Cowboys to get some of the younger guys up to speed. Maybe he ends up being a rotational guy, but you're going to need to bring something in, because at this point, even if you say Tyler Smith is going to be our guy at tackle, and that Connor McGovern is going to be my guard, looking around, there is nobody else. There are no other options after that. If Tyler Smith, who missed some time this week with an ankle injury, goes down, it's Josh Ball or Matt Lewinsky at tackle. At guard, who? So it behooves you for the Cowboys to bring in somebody. And if we're talking about $1.5 million, we do have $21 million of money. So it's kind of like that's chump change at the moment. So Jason Peters, well, he's not fast anymore. But that is a wide body, and it makes somebody have to go a long ways around to get past him. I would definitely say Jason Peters would probably be the second best option for the Cowboys at this point. Looking at, I think Eric Fisher would probably be the best option, maybe the most expensive option. Definitely is a lot younger, coming to the league in 2013, but having had the Achilles tendon injury 2 years ago, having a bit of a knee issue, as well as a pec issue down the stretch for the Colts, the reason being why he wasn't re-signed. So that's where we are here with possible change-ups for the Dallas Cowboys and possible replacements and ideas. Next, we'll be looking at Nate Solder, who, of course, won a ring with Tom Brady, actually a couple rings with Tom Brady, and was with the New York Giants last year. He is also a free agent. And as always, guys, I appreciate you as we scour the NFL looking for replacements. I'm Mark Holmes, and I'll see you soon.
Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is